Do you have a player at your club that's grunting really loud every time they hit the ball and everybody's annoyed having to play them? Now I want to tell you that you have to take it easy on that person because grunting in tennis is intuitive. And how do I know that grunting is intuitive? Well, because I grunt when I play tennis and I have absolutely no control over it. And the interesting thing is that as my intensity increases, so does my grunting. And if you watch Rafael Nadal play, often when he starts a match, his grunts are very quiet. And then as the match goes on, and especially when the match gets tight, his grunts become much louder. And of course, grunting can be fake too. And there are many players who are grunting loudly on purpose, and this is of course really annoying and can be seen as a hindrance. And especially prolonged grunting such as this. And some players would do something that's even more annoying, which is grunting after the ball has been struck. So this is again a hindrance to the opponent because as the ball is clearing the net, if the player is still grunting, the other player is distracted from his shot. However, if the grunting is done intuitively and is done in the moment of contact with the ball, like this, I don't see anything wrong with this. And in fact, some of the greatest players of all time grunt. Players such as Djokovic, Nadal, Sharapova, Azarenka, or back in the day, Monica Seles. I can tell you that personally, if I don't grunt, I lose a lot of intensity. And interestingly, people were so annoyed with Monica Seles back in the day that she stopped grunting for a little while and her performance dropped significantly. And here's the important question. Why do players grunt? Well, this is the reason why I made this video, and I see a big problem at the recreational level connected to grunting. Well, what grunting basically is breathing. So all professional players exhale when they make contact with the ball. Now some will not only exhale, they will produce a sound while they're striking the ball. You will not see a high-level player who will hold their breath as they're hitting the ball. However, on the recreational level, a big problem that I see is players will hold their breath as they're striking the ball. And here's what will happen to your stroke if you hold your breath. Obviously, you're going to get out of breath faster if you're not breathing properly. But in addition to that, also, when you hold your breath on your stroke, your body is going to be clenched up, it's going to be stiff, and you're not going to be moving in a fluid, continuous way. So what breathing does, it allows you to completely unload the stroke in the most natural way. So guys, it's very important that you exhale when you make contact with the ball. This will improve your strokes, it will make it more continuous, and you will not get out of breath as fast. If you happen to make a sound while you exhale and grunt, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's going to sound very different from a fake grunt. And if you're uncomfortable with making sounds when you play tennis, I completely understand, and you can do the Krickstein method. So if you watched Krickstein back in the day, he would blow his cheeks up like this, and then as he hit the ball, he would exhale. So it would look like this. So this is an alternative method. If you're really uncomfortable with the sounds that you're making on a tennis court, a way to make sure that you exhale is to blow up your cheeks and then exhale, just like Krickstein did. So guys, I already told you that I grunt when I play, and it's not something that I'm in control over. It just comes out of me intuitively. And as I'm watching myself over the past few years, I feel like that my grunt is very similar to Novak Djokovic. In fact, it's about the only thing me and him have in common. So take a listen, and then also take a listen to Djokovic's grunt, and you tell me if it sounds similar. What do you think, guys? I think it's pretty spot on.